Black Currency Media, man. We in here, man. Big Gotit, Euro Gotit, man. You already know. Check that out.
Sure.
Complacent out now.
He was froze, bro. I ain't
Oh,
even
shit.
He froze on
froze
oh.
on nigga. I'm looking at it.
100,000 with no drip on.
Ooh.
Easy.
I wasn't cut out for the choir. Racing where I never wore a wire. Bank account got me up a higher. Stick to the street and ride tires. I'ma let the beat breathe. Niggas broke me down, I won't let them round. They the ones who can fix me. I got these bitches on me now, wanna hold me down. I can let it really miss me. Put that bitch up on the pedestal, let her ride me like a 10-speed. Then give a statement for the fans to know. So why you niggas turn against me? Forgave them, but it's hard to let it go. They wouldn't be here if they convicted me. Drew down on them, couldn't trace it. Yeah, I never settle for a base. I ain't ungrateful, nah, but I ain't complacent. I'm still reflecting back, glad that I made it here. It's like they bound to hate you when you make it, that's why I hate it here. Ain't no second guessing, nigga, I made it clear.
All right, man. Euro Gotit, what's going on, man?
Man, glad to be alive, blessed.
Hey, man, we see it, man.
For
So
sure.
you've been blessing the streets, man. You've been
For
blessed
sure.
for sure, man. So look, man, we're gonna go ahead and jump straight to it, man. So, hey, you already know you've been blazing the streets, man. We really appreciate you coming through here.
For sure, definitely.
To the Black Currency platform, man. We're glad to have you. Our entire team is crazy about you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man,
that.
it's a lot of love, man. It's a lot of love, man.
I love, appreciate that.
Man, just to jump straight into it, man. We already know you from Atlanta, man. And
Yeah.
before you got into the rap game, did you have any connections? Did you have any connections in the rap game?
I was pretty much associated in the field of like when you from Atlanta, you already like kind of like by nature just like tied to somebody who tied to somebody who tied to somebody or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely already had people who had already made it, people up and coming and stuff like that. I just always made sure I kept my face clean, so it was always love. Like the transition was just real smooth.
Okay.
So yeah,
Real smooth. We
Yeah,
see,
definitely.
man. Definitely did you have any doubts of in the beginning, maybe just like maybe I wasn't talented enough? How did you find your talent?
it was always there. Like I knew as a kid, like I already knew. I was like 4, 5, maybe 6, even when I was in church. Like I used to always think about like what I was gonna be like when I got older, and every time I thought of myself, I wanted never like that type to be like, I want to be a gangster, I want to be a gangbanger, nothing like that. But I always saw myself with tattoos in my face. I always saw myself tatted up, like just naturally. I was in the church. I ain't know what street life was, but I saw, you know what I'm saying? I kind of envisioned what I was going to resemble when I got older. And it was just like, it was crazy because it was like, I always had it as far as being like a rapper. I used to call it poetry because, you know what I'm saying, being in church, it was like, that was like frowned upon. Like, and I ain't never want to embarrass my mom and nothing like that. So it wasn't until it was like, I got to college and I was like, man, this shit really ain't for me. Like, this ain't the move. Like, this ain't the way of life. Like,
yeah.
And it was like, man, you gotta, if I'm gonna do it, I just gotta do it. Like, she gonna have to be proud when I do it.
Right.
And I just said, man, fuck this shit. And I just went on ahead. But it didn't really transition at that point from music, from school to music. Like I thought it really went from school to the streets because I kind of like, I was already tied in with people.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of like, I'm going to get some money along with the credibility. And then it's like, it's going to transition, but it ain't work out like that.
Right.
The street just took over completely.
I mean, it's definitely not a bad thing, man, because, you're pretty successful at this point, and, a lot of people are looking to work with you in the industry. It's just the influence that you bring upon it it's been crazy.
For sure.
And it's definitely a blessing for that, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, like, we saw that, it was said that you like foreign things so much that, they called you Euro, and it stuck. What was your favorite foreign whip, like?
The Rolls Royce Phantom. It was like the biggest car I ever seen in my life. And when I seen it for the first time, I just was like, I don't know, I was so used to seeing like Honda Accords and stuff. Like, to me, like the most, I don't know, expensive looking car that I thought, at that time I was like, dang, I'm seeing Hummer 2s and Corvettes. I was like, oh yeah, this is hard. But I seen that Phantom, it was like, I don't know what came over. It was like a chill. Like, I was like, damn. So I had to go look it up, like what kind of car that was. Then that's when I started seeing like the European family of cars. Like it went to the Bentley, and everybody know what a Lambo is, but that's when I started digging deeper and stuff. So that was my way. Like a kid was on. I never got into Dragon Ball Z. I tried to. Like I wanted to keep up with the kids my age, but I couldn't. Like I couldn't keep up with wrestling. Couldn't keep up with Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon. None of that. Like it was that foreign drip to me. Like the clothes, all that. I was like, yeah, we on that.
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. So, like, everybody's been paying attention. Street's been paying attention like crazy. And one of the biggest questions that our fans reach out to us about was like, what was it like for you to work with Lil Baby in that song Posse?
It was life changing. Everybody I worked with, like I always had, I can't really say I had no bad. I never did a feature with nobody that like really was just like was difficult to work with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think it was more so. It was just like I don't know. It was crazy because it was like just being there. I wasn't starstruck, but it was just kind of like I took that moment of my life to like like no homo, no weird shit. But it was like he was standing at the counter and I just was like out behind him, but I'm just looking at him like, damn, me and that nigga in the same room. And then it was like I really already knew in my heart. I already felt like the song Posse was a hit. That was the first song I ever freestyle. Man, that was the first song I ever freestyle. Like because the energy was just like so different. I was like, damn, this is a song finna change my life. That's how I felt when I heard the beat. And then I was like, I waited on Boone to confirm it. I ain't never say nothing about the song. He just listened. That song went past. He was on his phone. I said, damn, that must not have been the song. He said, hey, go back to that last one. I said, yeah, that's it. He asked me, who you want to put on it? And I said, at that time, like, Baby, like, right before he hit being, like, #1 with that song with Drake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, them niggas out of my league. I can't. He was like, let's do Lil Baby. I'm like, think can't get no Lil Baby, but all right, let's shoot for it. And when I came in the studio, it was like, I was like, damn, I made it. Cause when I walked in, he ain't even laid his verse yet, but he was like, my up inside, yo, run that back. Like I said, oh, yeah, I got one of them. I got one of them for real. And so, I listened to him. He rapped it. He wrote his verse down. And while he wrote his verse down, I'm listening to it while he rapping it. I said, yeah, he hard. He ain't like I ate on that motherfucker. It's just gonna be a blessing to have more now. But when he went in the booth, that one, that man started rapping what he had on that phone said. He came off the top of his head.
Right.
But it was crazy because you could tell the energy in there was so right. Because that was his first time being at that studio. Yeah. But it was like, after that, it was kind of fucked up because that was my room. That was a big room in that guy. You know what I'm saying? But he started booking that motherfucker, so I had to go to another room. But it was like that energy that was just in there. It was just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
that's too real. Right?
Yeah, like, so it was like, I ain't gonna lie, that was like one of the most grateful moments of my life. Like, I went and hopped in, my ex was driving a, what she had, a Hyundai Elantra. Mm-hmm. Man, that motherfucker was like a Rolls Royce that day. I said, oh shit, I just got out of the booth with Lil Baby. This shit crazy. So, yeah, like that was like a milestone in my life. Yeah,
that was definitely a moment there. Yeah, that's crazy. A lot of people looking forward to just doing that with Lil Baby. He's been going crazy. Shout out to Lil Baby.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people don't know. For the people that don't know, you've worked with artists like Gunna, Yellow Beezy, and so many more top artists coming out, man. And a lot of people may feel like you're underrated because of the work you've been putting out. But at the same time, man, it's just been crazy, man. But you once said, on my knees praying because I'm trying to see what this passion about. Before you bossed up in the rap game, did you have any passion or direction of where you was trying to go?
I don't know. I had one moment where I doubted because I came down with a fever the night before I was supposed to go out of town to do like one of the first big shows of my life. And I thought that was God sending me a sign to say, like, this ain't what I got for you to do. Mm-hmm. And that would hurt. That hurt me because never in my life did I really have nothing else. I told my mom I was going to be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go to the NBA, all this shit. But I ain't never had nothing in my life ever outside of doing what I'm doing like that really like just stuck me like that's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
Like I never had to spend my life like, damn. I knew what I was gonna do. I just wasn't gonna do it because it was like I ain't want to embarrass my mama.
Right.
So it was kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm like walking in what I was already destined to do, but I'm just enjoying it because it's like, shit, he could have had something else for me to do that I wouldn't have liked. Like everybody always told me, you're gonna be a preacher,
Right.
but I couldn't understand how to be a preacher. I always saw myself with tattoos and, you know what I'm saying. I'm like, man, that ain't gonna work. But it's just like low key in a sense. I'm a preacher.
Right.
I'm just a preacher on a different platform. Like I ain't in no church. Like I go where preachers can't go. I'm the nigga they gonna listen to when they ain't gonna listen to. They ain't gonna listen to home over here because he can't relate. He ain't come from the struggle. He don't know the shit about the struggle. He just trying to tell you ain't doing right. You don't want to hear that.
Right.
But I can relate and tell you, like, I can bait them in on that kid vitamin. Like, you feed a kid a vitamin, they don't eat their vegetables. Nigga, give them one of me. Give them a gummy.
That's a great
He gonna
analogy.
eat it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's deep.
So
man.
it's like you just gotta enjoy whatever it is that your calling is and like know your purpose. I think like it's crazy because I ain't really noticed for my notoriety don't really come from music.
Right.
Like I would like it to.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of like some way, somehow, I'm still being successful. I'm still being blessed and still going up. But it's because I understand what my calling is. I ain't scared to walk in my calling. I ain't scared to serve my purpose. I know it's bigger than diamonds. It's bigger than these girls. It's bigger than their money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like all that stuff is to be enjoyed, but it ain't nothing to be valued. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I don't value none of it. I'm doing what I'm called to do, and that's it. And enjoy it while I'm doing it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. That's deep.
Yeah.
For sure, man. Because, like, you know, you're spreading a message.
For sure.
You're spreading a message. And, you know, those messages are me, like, believe it or not, like, you know, you may know it, but, you know, your messages reach so many people.
Yeah.
And your influence is becoming bigger and bigger. It's just, you know, it's ridiculous. Our team, we've been trying to get you since March, and we know how busy you've been since March of last year.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Man, yeah, so just know, man, your influence has been greatly received.
Appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it.
No doubt, man. So, like, in the interview in World Star, you know, you wanted to see the trend of hating on another man end after a conversation with your brother after he was shot. What made what he said really stick with you and change your perspective on the situation?
Cause it was like I was being tested on my faith, cause you know, knowing how we were raised, like I was one of those children where I had both my parents in my life, but my dad came from the streets. He broke the generational curse of fathers leaving their children. He decided to stay with his children, and he wasn't the best father when it came to raising his children, but he did the best he could, and that's what made us like. It's like everything he instilled in us. It wasn't so much what he followed, but it's like, dang, I had to look at it like my dad raised me to become the man that he felt like, damn, I'd never be there, but my son can be that for me.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can give my son a chance. So kind of like, we always was like, even when I was locked up, it was crazy because I had just came home, and I remember even being locked up, my dad was like, you know, I ain't know what he was trying to get to, because I thought he was basically saying like, damn, you finna just go do this life sentence, because he looked at him just like, man, I'm glad you ain't no punk, and I'm glad you ain't no snitch. Right. And I was like, I ain't know what to take from that, but I was like, I made him proud. I'm finna go do life, but I made him proud, fuck it, like, you know. So when I came home, and then I had found out, I got news of my brother had got shot 5 times. You know, of course, you'd be like, the street's gonna talk. Yeah. I'm gonna do my homework, and we're gonna handle business, you know. This my brother. This ain't a nigga I know. This my brother. Like, I can't go out like no bitch, like, behind my brother. But at the same time, looking at it like, damn, man. I was like, I really wanted to be alive. Like, I wanted to be out here and enjoy the rest of my life, because I know I just got blessed to be the life sentence. Now I gotta, you know, fall in line and do what I gotta do, because I know it ain't gonna sit right with me, with nobody, if I don't go handle my business. So you know, word got back like, yeah, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I was slick fucked up because I was like, I don't want to do it. I wish it wasn't no way. It was a way around it.
Right.
But I was like, I gotta handle my business. So I went up there. My brother still had the tools, and he fucked up. Can't hardly talk or nothing. So I told him, I'm like, hey, bro, I just want to tell you, if I don't see you, I love you. Like, you know, we got shit situated. We finna go handle business.
Right.
And with me being out, you know, I cut off a lot of folks when I came home because it was like when I went in, it was like a filter system, me seeing how fucked up people really were and how they ain't really for you like that.
Right.
So when I came home, I wasn't rocking with niggas like that. I was just like dolo. You know what I'm saying? I had a few niggas I was close to, but even the niggas I was close to, they was on some positive shit. They weren't on that street shit or shit that can get me back in trouble. And I respect that, so I didn't bring them into my world of how I handle business. So it was like I told my brother, I was telling him like, man, you know, I love you. If I can't come back up here and see you, if some shit go down, you know, I went to handle my business like I was supposed to. Right. And it was like he grabbed my hand and was like, bro, like, we ain't got to do that no more. He was like, nigga, you know what kind of life we came from. Like, he said, I don't know if you looking to satisfy another nigga based on like how you gonna handle business. Mm-hmm. But he said, bro, like, this is karma, bro. Like, nigga can't say we ain't real, nigga. I got shot 5 times, so you got to know I did something to somebody for it to come back. Right. Nigga, you got locked up. Nigga, you was like, nigga, we ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. Let that shit go, bro. I'm alive. I was just like, damn. And I was, in a sense, I was really glad to hear that because I was like, I didn't want to do it. Right. But I wasn't going to sit there and, I just was going to do what I was taught to do, what I felt was right to do. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about clout. It wasn't about like everybody knowing what it was just like we stood on principle. We stood behind each other. So for him to be my younger brother and tell me that, it was like, damn. He was like, bro, you rap, bro. You got a talent, my nigga. He said, use that, bro. So when he told me that, I was like, damn, that's crazy. I felt crazy because I'm like, this nigga just told me he was okay with a nigga punching him and I ain't got to do nothing, okay? Like, but I went home and I said, damn, I got songs recorded. What's my next step? And I just started looking on Instagram for showcases. Mm-hmm. And that's how I got to like I went to my first showcase, like to, you know what I'm saying? To like rap for real, like, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely dope. That's a deep story there, man.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You know, that's deep right there. You know, facing a life sentence and, you know, going through that emotion and just being from that background, you know, it's just that's deep right there.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, man. So like, and you know, you mentioned a lot of this in your new song that in the visual that you dropped, Complacent. Mm-hmm. Is there a time, if there was a time when you were complacent and unfocused, you know, what gave you that push? What made you get up and get on that grind?
Being broke. Cause it's kind of like, what else do you want to do when you at the bottom but go up? Like,
right.
You either comfortable with being there or you gonna figure out you gonna go up. Like,
right.
It ain't really no wiggle room around that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't never get complacent. And then it's like, at first I used to be like, shit, when I get to a certain level, like I used to be like, damn, I'd be comfortable if I make $500 every day.
Right.
Ooh, I'm gonna be a hell of a nigga. I'm up on them folks. And it sound cool till you be like, damn, I just made 8 bands a day. And then you make 10 bands tomorrow. And then you make, on a bad day, 2,500. You start being like, I can't settle for this shit. The fuck? Like, right. I'm doing this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like once you just accomplish one level, you just realize, like, I accomplished this level. You just gonna keep going, like, for the next level.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, definitely, because it definitely, for a lot of people it can be hard to get past, one accomplishment or a few accomplishments, but when you're definitely, not focused or blinded by your accomplishments and you're able to move forward, it's just the way it is. People, it's crazy, man. It's just crazy. So
it is.
It's crazy,
yeah.
But you really have a way of painting a picture in your songs.
Oh, for sure.
And how is it important that you get your storyline out or your every time in the music?
It's real important because I feel like one thing I don't do, we was having a meeting about this, and like one of my flaws is celebrating the small wins.
Mm-hmm.
I don't never celebrate the small wins. Like, and it like the analogy that I was given was a good one where it was like when we playing football, when you playing football, they get a first down, niggas celebrate. They, you know what I'm saying? I got a first down. You know what I'm saying? You sack them. You don't just. I'm always been that person where it's like I'm looking to win the championship. So when I score a touchdown, I don't never be like I don't be like, yeah, I scored a touchdown. I hand the ref the ball and run back to the side like, all right, I did. And it's like I take away from myself because I don't really understand my stature or my position in life right now. Like, I don't look at myself as here, but I also don't understand, like, you know, people like, damn, bro, it don't mean nothing. Like, I'll be all in the airport and I got to walk with my head down or wear glasses because it's like, oh, my God. And then, but it don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got to learn to celebrate, like, the small wins and stuff like that. And that, I think it all go back to, like, what your question, what you was asking. I get issues. Like, my issue, I think, like, usually when I drop a tape, for me, marketing and promotion is I'm so, like, adamant about my marketing and promoting because I feel like the stuff that I say are words or pictures that I can never take back.
Right.
And that's why it took so long. Like, I never put my first tape out until I got with AE and until I knew for a fact, like, this was going to have a push. Because of the fact that it was like, once something's gone, and then it's like, if people miss over it, it was just gone. Some niggas don't care because it's like they bubblegum rappers. Right. They rap the same shit. If you don't catch it this mixtape, it's gonna be the same shit the next mixtape. Right. Nigga, I'm telling you my life. And if I say this, certain people heard this, and if I say it again, it's like, oh, this is a recycling nigga. Like, he can't, I can't relive my own moments, like, in my head like that. You know what I'm saying? So once I get it out, it got to get to people. Like, I'm very adamant about that. I got to.
Man, definitely, man.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of AE, you know, one of the biggest labels coming up, like, making a lot of noise. You know, you guys got Money Move, you got Fujiano, you guys got a lot of hit makers on your team. You know what I'm saying? It's like, they've been making major moves for a while. And, you know, being on a label with such talent like yourself, you know, like I said, Money Move, Fujiano, Lil Thumper, and the list goes on. How does the talent in your team around you inspire you to go harder?
I think it's more so like the growth, like, you know, like, I don't be one to toot my own horn because a lot of people get, like, confidence confused with conceit and arrogance, but it's like, a lot of people got to understand, like, I was with Boom and he had nothing. Like, I ain't talking about, like, bro, I got, you know, we had investors because it wasn't no bag. It wasn't no big-ass office. It was 4 people. And 2 of them people were me and Boom. That's what AE consisted of. And it was, like, 4 artists that either left or jumped ship or didn't believe. And I'm the only one like, nigga, I ain't going nowhere. Like, we gonna push it. We gonna make it happen. We got to make it happen. And so it's like, when you look at that and to realize, like, from a humbling place, it's like, damn, like, the fact, like, Fujiano, like, one of the biggest niggas doing it right now. Money Move, like, the #1 independent artist.
Right.
All this shit started from one nigga staying down because it couldn't been Boom being a head CEO or, you know, being a manager or whatever his position was at that time. That shit wasn't gonna get AE popping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It took somebody to make a posse. It took somebody to be like, I'm gonna stay down. I ain't finna switch side regardless of who trying to offer me what. Like, nah, nigga, I'm staying with you. Ain't discovered me. You ain't put the bag behind me. I don't jump ship. Like, I always been a loyal nigga. Like, I ain't never been bought for no money, no nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's like, so I look at it like, I don't say that I'm not, like, arrogantly, like, I don't feel like I changed a nigga life, but I felt like I paved a way in which niggas was like, they felt okay to be like, this the path I'm trying to come down. Mm-hmm. Even if from a musical standpoint, they might have surpassed me. Shit, niggas might have lapped me.
Right.
But it's like to be able to open that door and, you know what I'm saying, be able to change people's life. People that's working with AE, people that are artists under AE, it's like it all started from somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And of course, I'd be thankful that Boom even took that chance. I just be glad that it's like it took a brain, it took a heart. Everybody was willing to play their position to make one whole body. You know what I'm saying? Collectively work together, and it's just like it could have been another nigga, could have been him, but nah, I stayed down for that shit, like, and pushed through. Like, so it's like I had to just always give myself my own flowers and be like, nigga, loyalty do pay off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't did nothing wrong. You ain't doing nothing wrong outside of getting in your own way. Like, just be proud of yourself. Like, just keep going. Like, stay humble. I ain't no boasting ass nigga. No, yeah, nigga, I'm kid. Like, nah, I ain't got to do that. Like, it's gonna speak for itself.
Right. It's definitely gonna speak for itself.
For sure.
It's been speaking for itself. So like, it's crazy, man.
For sure.
But you know, what's the relation between you and Boom? Like, how did you guys meet?
It was crazy. Me and Boom got like a love-hate relationship. Like, it's crazy. Like, Boom be knowing, like, me and Boom, like, literally, we had a meeting, like, literally yesterday. When we talk like 4, 5 hours. Like, and one thing when I mean, nigga know, like, Boom want a nigga know I get in my feelings. And he know I want no type of nigga. I don't sit here and sugarcoat. I ain't feeling.
Right.
Like, we'll sit here, like, our relationship, where we didn't fuck up, but where we fucked up, it's like everything happened for a reason. Right. Me and Boom got personal to where it was like on a brother type relationship.
Right.
So it's like, nigga, I'm not going. Other niggas got to come at you on just a business sense, and that's it. Nah, nigga, I'm pushing up, nigga. I know where you live. If I need to holler at you, nigga, I tell a nigga like, man, we were talking yesterday. I be like, boy. I said, boy, I love you to death, nigga. I don't fuck with half of this shit you got going on. I don't fuck with that shit. And you tell nigga, I love you too. I don't fuck with half of shit what you talking about. But we got that kind of relationship. Right. We could do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Other niggas can't come with that.
Right.
It's like, nigga, man, I might have an attitude. I might be mad at you, nigga, but it ain't none of that, like, get off the label, Euro. Like, nah, nigga, we started this shit together, bro. Like, we in this shit together. Like, I'm proud of you. You proud of me? Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? No, we ain't best of friend because it's kind of like with the way business work and me understanding business. The thing is, I'm a mature nigga. I don't work off of my emotions. I understand how business work. Right. I'm not one of them type of nigga who say, man, I started AE, so it's like y'all niggas need to be putting me first. I don't know what. Hell nah.
Right.
If the people asking for this nigga, hey, I think it'll be smart to do. Won't work like that. When you understand how business work and you play your part, we all get into the same place. Nigga might have to tell me, hey, Euro, you a little too big. I need you to get in the trunk and ride. Let them skinny niggas sit in the back seat and let two in them. Hey, y'all nigga make sure y'all open that trunk when we get there though. That's like, don't play with me, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, we started when I had produced he caught this other artist and white boy named Noah Hard, but Noah was begging me, hey bro, we gotta get in the studio, bro. We gotta get in the studio. After like 6-7 months of him begging, I was like, man, fuck it. Like, what the fuck, let's get in the studio. First beat I play, it was like he came on with a crazy hook. And he was like, let's go to the next one. I'm like, fuck, nah, that's it. Like, boy, load it up. Yeah. Load that up. Like, we loaded up and he come through, man. I'm talking about one take shot. Like, I didn't know he was like that home. And I'm like, man, this nigga saying some written shit. And then he turned around, throw my name in it. So I'm like, oh, he couldn't have wrote that. Like, right. I'm like, so, you know, I'm so used to getting, like, played in it. Like, the industry is like, they'll play you, you know what I'm saying? Either folks plugged in and they gonna play you, or folks ain't plugged in and acting like they gonna, regardless. The white boy had a meeting to sit down with Boom, holla at Boom. And, you know, of course, I'm thinking it's a scam. He called me and said, hey, bro, they really like me, bro. They're fucking with me. I'm like, man, this tall-ass, lanky, dorky-looking white boy. He can rap, though. I'm going to get it to him. Home rap his ass off. He got swag when he rap. Right. But him and himself, it's just funny looking because it's like, I would never expect it. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so it was like, I knew it was real when he called me and was like, bro, they want to pay you for the beat. They love the song. I'm like, whoa, nigga want to pay me for the beat. I did the beat. I'm like, damn. So I'm feeling big now. We going back and forth with negotiations and stuff. We end up settling out on the price. Contract come through. It ain't one of them little 2 pages. Like, it's a contract. Okay, cool. Contract. We go over the contract with the lawyer and stuff like that. I get my own lawyer. We go over it. Boom. Sign that all. Then it's like, Boom took interest when it was like, all right, cool. Now, what you want to do with the personnel, the feature on there? Because he was trying to figure out. He told Noah, I like the feature,
right?
But we could get rid of him if he ain't nobody notable. He was like, oh, that was the dude who did the beat. So Boom was like, whoa, hold on. The nigga who did the beat is the nigga on the feature too? So that's when Boom, he was like, yeah. So he told me Boom wanted to meet me. I go up to the studio. It was crazy because Dolph was up there too. And it was like, while the white boy in the booth, Boom talked to I love to hear some more music, stuff like that. I play him 3 more songs. He like, well, I'm rocking with you, bro. You hard, bro. What you want to do? So he had been on my line. I'm at work. Hey, bro, what we doing? I'm like, bro, let me call you back. I'm out eating. Hey, bro, what we doing? He was just adamant about it. So it was they said the contract over. Contract, you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, he ain't trying to fuck me in the contract. I guess it worth a shot. So it was you know what I'm saying? We linked in, and then it was just it
took
was
off
up.
from there.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's a hell of a story, man.
Yeah.